Progress.
And y'all, I had to go throw the hat on, man. I just feel better with the hat on. Don't judge me, okay? I just feel better with the hat on, right? Anyway, like I was saying though, man, it's a crazy situation what's going down at the border. Hopefully they get that resolved because, like I said, man, but the craziest thing about the border situation to me is this: like most of the people that are advocating for the border to be open, and Republicans or like people you claim that are Trump supporters that are racist, whatever. When they try to warn you about the people coming, that's literally what they're doing. They're warning you because guess what? Most of the Republicans and Trump supporters are in good neighborhoods. They're in Republican neighborhoods. They're in neighborhoods where these people ain't coming. They won't be allowed there. They're coming to Democrat neighborhoods where all these people are cheering them on, like, yeah, yeah, come here. They're coming directly to your neighborhoods. What do you think they're going to do when they get there and there's no resources there for them? What do you think they're going to start to do? I could tell you what they're going to start to do. What do you think? What do people usually do when they get desperate? So if you live in a Democrat, liberal city, state area where you're advocating for these people to come, good luck. Good luck. You don't own a firearm. You don't have any firearms training. You don't have anything. The only people in your city that have guns are criminals, or in your state are the criminals. That's it. What are you going to do when these people get there? They're desperate. They have no resources for these people. They start to get hungry and cold. Start kicking that. They're going to start kicking doors down. That's what they're going to start doing. But at the end of the day, people were warned, and people just decided, oh well, I want these people. I'm not a racist. I'm not a MAGA supporter. Let everybody come in. I don't care who it is. Okay, well, they're coming. Which is funny because now you see all these people complaining in New York, Chicago. I mean, you would think that some of these people are Trump supporters. They don't look like Trump supporters, but you heard the way they talk. You would think some of them are Trump supporters, the way they say it, send them back. Send them back home. So it's very interesting how things are going right now. It's very interesting. But move on. We're gonna move on to I'm gonna jump into a whole different topic here. I'm trying to multitask here. There's a lot going on. Donald Trump projected to win the New Hampshire Republican primary, defeating Brown girl Nikki Haley. Now, I don't know too much about Nikki Haley other than the fact that she's pro-war, she's pro illegal immigration, she's pro arrest Trump. What else is she pro? She's just pro not being our president. She's pro not being the president that we want to be, period. Or a Republican candidate at that. Like, you might as well have run for as a Democrat. I mean, if people only knew the tactics that they were going to get her elected to the that way she gets the presidential nominee for Republican Party, it's ridiculous. She's going to Democrats. Democrats are actually happy to vote for her to put her above Trump so that way she can face off against Biden because they feel like she won't be as big of a threat to Biden as Trump would be. Why play against Trump when we know Trump would win if we can get Nikki Haley as the Republican presidential nominee, and then we could play against her, and it'd be an easy W. Because most Republicans wouldn't vote for Nikki Haley. Most Republicans would probably just sit at home. They wouldn't even come out. Nobody's voting for her. Okay. Most of the people voting for her now are Democrats. They're not going to vote for her when it comes down to her and Biden. They're going to vote for Biden. Period. The news wanted to make people believe that this woman really had a chance to like catch up to Trump and like, possibly beat him. What part of fake news do you people not understand yet? Seriously, what part of it? What part of fake news do people not get yet? How do you not understand what fake news is by now? They will lie. They will tell you anything to get you to believe what they want you to believe. I'm not saying that, yeah, okay, sometimes I say 100% of it is a lie. Every now and then they have to slip the truth into the news, of course. Okay? Of course, they got to tell you the sky is blue. Look up, you see the sky. But then they'll tell you why the sky. It'll be a completely bullshit made up story. And it's like, what? What? And then I have some experts that are like, yeah, this is true. You have to believe it. Very strange. Very strange people. That's what the fake news media does. They've been selling us lies and bullshit for I don't even know how long now. I happened to catch on to it in 2019. Sure, it's been going on for far, far longer than that. And then you got Ron DeSantis dropping out, endorsing Donald Trump. You got Vivek dropping out, endorsing Trump. You got Tim Scott endorsing Trump. And then the other guy, he was kind of nobody really knew. He wasn't really that big of a name. So I'm sorry if I don't know his name. But he endorsed Trump as well. And now they're going out doing speeches together. They're showing up. Vivek, Tim Scott, and this other guy, they're showing up with Trump to these speeches, and they're pretty much opening up the show for him. You know how like you go to a concert and they have like the smaller artists open up for the big artists before the main event. It's pretty much what's happening now. You have Vivek giving a speech in New Hampshire. You had Tim Scott giving a speech. I mean, he gave like a cringy Martin Luther type of speech. I didn't really like much, but we'll take it nonetheless. Um, but then you got these guys like they see it. Like, okay, the Vivek thing, I get it. And I've done the research on Vivek to see that he was once a member of the World Economic Forum. He said he sued them to have his name removed because he left a long time ago, even though they still had him listed as a member. But he said that he had left a long time ago once he found out what they were really doing, which, listen, I'm willing to give people the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes people may think they're signing up for something that's good for the world, and they might think that they're doing the right thing, and then they eventually find out that they're not, or they find out the ulterior motive to what's going on. Do I think he's a smooth talker that's a little bit too convenient? Absolutely. It's very convenient. A lot of the things he says, he mimics Trump a lot. And it's a lot of the things that the Republican Party really want to hear. And, people in, the fringe groups on social media and things like that. But I don't know, man. Truth is truth. And the things that he says are true. Nobody can argue that the things that he's saying is not true. They're true. So if the strategy is that he's against Trump secretly, I don't see what the end game is because he's pretty much just bolstering everything Trump says. So what's the end game? Like, what is the end game at the end of all of it? To say, yeah, well, actually, I didn't mean any of what I said. It was the other way around. I don't get it. You know, I don't get what his end game is. I would understand if he went on to become the president. He said all the things he needed to say just to become the president. And then once he became president, he switched up because, okay, now I'm in the White House and I can do what I want now. Now let me be loyal to my donors and things like that. But he's dropped out already. So what's the point? He's not still seeking the highest office in the land anymore. So what would be the point of him still saying these things? The truth. What would be the point of him still carrying on with these talking points? What would be the point? What does he gain if his whole shtick was to take down Trump secretly? Opening up for Trump in New Hampshire and things like that. I don't see how that helps him if he's secretly against Trump. I don't see it. So, like I said, truth is truth, man. And when he speaks, I listen because I mean we all listen because he says the truth. It's the truth. It's hard not to listen when he's speaking the truth. It would be no different than what Donald Trump says. It's the truth. But I do not. I don't know. Coming from what I heard Trump speak of like earlier today, I don't think he's gonna pick Vivek or Ron or any of them for his vice president. I think that he respects them very much for running the race that they ran. I think he respects them for being, you know, good sparring partners. At the end of the day, this is kind of like a sport. Okay, when two basketball players get on the court, they talk mega ish to each other. They talk disrespectful. And once they get off that court, they probably go to dinner together, which is pretty much all of politics. It's everything though. It's sports, it's politics, it's everything. This is in everything. I mean, Kamala Harris said that she believed that Joe Biden was a racist and a rapist at one point. And then he said, "Hey, you want to be my vice president?" She said, "Sure, no problem." So I don't know, man. All I know is my faith still relies on the one man that it's been in this whole time since 2019. I've watched a lot of people jump ship. I've watched them come back after jumping ship or trying to swim back to the boat. I've watched so many people do this, but I've stuck with this. I've stuck on one side since the moment I've learned the things that I've learned, and I haven't switched sides. I haven't through anything because the research tells me something that is keeping me from jumping ship. Look at these. Look at all the cases against Trump. Either Trump is the luckiest man on the planet. Number three things. Either Trump is the luckiest guy on the planet. Two, the United States government is severely incompetent to the point where they just can't seem to find one thing that sticks to this man. Or three, there's some divine higher power here at play because there's no way that a man casually walks through all these things that's happening. I mean, Russia hoax, fine people hoax. I mean, I could go on for days, but this new one down in Georgia with Fannie Willis. I mean, Jesus Christ, he couldn't have asked for a bigger gift because this is the one case that most people said most likely would be the one that could actually stick and get down. The Rico case down in Georgia was probably the one where it was the most, let's say, the most probable of actually getting a conviction. The rest are all kind of just, they're not going to survive appeals. People think, oh, guilty, that's it. No, you have appeal. People appeal things, and you got a lot of money. That appeal is serious. But the case in Georgia was meant to actually be one that could actually get a conviction. What happens? We find out that the prosecutor and the district attorney are in a secret illegal relationship where they've been embezzling money, misusing funds to go on vacations. She's paying this man more than she's paying the other two prosecutors. She's paying him above anything he's ever been paid, even though he's never tried a case of this magnitude ever, ever. There's records to show that they've been on vacations together. It's very evident what's happening. She's compromised. She's giving her lover, she's embezzling money to give her lover a big payday and make herself a name off of Donald J. Trump, which is the same thing she's doing. She wants to make a name for herself for her political aspirations for the future. Now, let me tell you this. To let one of the biggest cases in the world slip right through your fingers because you could not keep your legs closed as a black woman, shame on you. Shame on you as a black woman. Shame on you. You just showed the world that you are willing to let one of the most important cases in the world, one of the most important things on the planet, to slip right through your fingers all because you couldn't keep your legs closed. Sad. Sad and pathetic. That is what she's gonna leave behind. That's gonna be her legacy when this is all said and done. She thought her legacy was gonna be, I got Trump. Her legacy is gonna be, I let Trump slip through my fingers because I let someone slip in between my legs. That was working for me. Shame on you. What a way to portray black women. Can't even keep a case together because you can't keep your legs closed. Sad. After you sat up at a church and tried to use the Lord's name in vain, blasphemy, about how I need to be allowed to struggle, I need to be allowed to make mistakes. Mistakes and law breaking are two different things. Okay, you can make a mistake and not end up criminally charged. What you're doing, you're gonna end up criminally charged. It's a crime. You're a district attorney. You know the law. You know the law in and out. It was your job to study the law. And now you want to pass off to us that you had no idea that you were breaking the not. You know what the funny part is? She's not even trying to pass off that she didn't know she was breaking the law. She's basically telling us, okay, yes, I broke the law, but please forgive me. Because Trump, I can't let Trump get away. And if you convict me, he's gonna get away. If you convict me for my crimes, Trump's gonna get away for his crimes. What crime? He didn't commit a crime. Okay. Now, people think, oh, well, he was charged. Okay. People get charged and beat the case all the time. So does that mean that they committed the crime if they beat the case? No. That means technically they did not commit a crime. So when it's all said and done, it's going to be proven that he most likely did not commit a crime. See, what happens here is she's already prejudiced towards Trump. She already has a bias towards him. So even if this case was dead on arrival, she was going to bring it regardless. Now, if she gets thrown out and this case gets taken to another district attorney, he may look at the case and say, there's nothing here. Why is this even happening? Drop it. This is why they're afraid. She's been given orders to do. She met with the Biden administration right before she charged them. Who do you think gave her the order to do it? Gotta wake up, man. Anyway, I'm gonna keep this episode short and sweet this time. I'm just testing out the mic again. I'm getting used to doing these videos. So I want to keep this episode short, 31 minutes. I'm gonna post this on my YouTube. It'll be on my YouTube live. I'm gonna post clips on my Instagram as well. Make sure you guys tune back into the next episode. All right. As always, it's your favorite minority, touching base with the base. You guys take care.